Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to.
What up, Boss Squad? How are we doing out there? Happy Thursday to you, Miss Donna. And then everyone that checks out the show like you do every single day. And that's why I show up. You show up, I gotta show up. I gotta put on a show. And we gotta end this week right. Because next week I'm already in Vegas mode. I'm out of here. Jerry Bow is hitting the road. But before that, we got a few shows that we got to get off our chest. It's a Get It Off Your Chest Thursday. Anything you want to talk about on this here show, you can go ahead and drop links throughout this show. Some of the links, I might just click and we just might freestyle it. How's your afternoons going? This is Odd Takes. June 9th, 2022. What the hell were you doing? I mean, I was trying to enjoy myself from 1 to 2 Central Standard Time. I was trying to kick it with my guy. Passing him all the good vibes. Give me all the good vibes so I could take them to Vegas and hopefully pull off some kind of miracle. I'm searching for a miracle. I'm searching for a dream. Trying to catch lightning in a bottle. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. But I believe. Damn it. I believe that I am about to catch lightning in a bottle. So you be looking for your boy on TV somewhere. Somewhere. I'm going to make it on there. You're going to be like, damn, I know that guy. Tell him to start doing his show again. Damn it. Forget the poker. That's what you're going to think. What's up, everyone? What up? What up? Tony the Handsome's in the house. Who we got? Jefecito, what up? What up, baby? Always one team says go Celtics. That sounds like a man that had a Celtics ticket. I ran 3 miles in 30 minutes yesterday and almost died. In this heat, I hope it wasn't in the afternoon. Because if you are, what are you training for? Fight? Let me know. I'm right there with you. I'm not at the 3 miles. I can't get there yet. I'm telling you, everyone, I hate to use the term health is wealth, but damn it, we're all getting old, right? Everyone's getting old, and you hear throughout this just the other day, you heard a few people having some health issues, and all of a sudden everyone was like, yeah, I've had some stuff going on too. It's like, man, that's why I turn on this show right here, and hopefully I can bring some smiles and some health to your life. I don't know how I can do that. I'm a fan of the taco. I'm a fan of the gumbo. I like Frito pie. I like all of that. Yes. Steaks, baked potatoes, extra sour cream, butter. Yes, please. Eating healthy is a full-time damn ass job if you try it. Like, it just, as much as you try, it's like everything tempts you. It's like a crackhead, you put him back in the streets. Tempting. It's like a cheater. You put him in a strip club, what is he going to do? Tempting. You tempt a skinny fat person like myself. And then now they hit me on everything on Facebook. I'm seeing, damn, it just knows my location. You know how that works. The algorithm just knows, and it shoots me new place. 5 burrito tacos. $14.99. I'm like, $14.99. At this point, I can't pass up the deal. Have you ever thought about that to make yourself feel better about eating something? Like, man, this is just too good of a deal. How can I pass this up? I'll start the diet tomorrow. And tomorrow turns into the following week. That's what's been going on with me. What up, Jimenez? How's everyone doing out there? Yeah, it's hard. You would just eat whatever. It's tough, man. It's a full-time ass job, everything. And I'm a fan of beer, he says. I'm a fan of beer. Jogging outside, hell no. Look, damn, Jefecito, look at you. Where do you got a spot at the Houstonian with Deshaun Watson? Let me find out. Deshaun Watson's Houstonian hotel name was under the name alias Jefecito. Let me find out. Because I will snitch. What up, Queen B? How you doing?
Get whoop that trick. Get whoop that trick.
Go, CC. Whoop them all. Just like the transition we're about to take here, because yesterday there was an ass whooping. Give me a second here to pull this up for you guys, but boy, 281-522-6336. If you want to get in on anything to talk about yesterday's game, you had a bet that cashed. If you have a bet for the Odd Squad faithful, if you feel that you know what's about to happen in this here series, I hate to use the term locks, but do you have a lock? I see always one team had I believe a Boston ticket by the way he's acting, which, hey, good bet. Is this series over? Before yesterday's game, it was even to who's going to be the title, who's going to win the title, right? Now, if you go look at it, Boston's basically 2-1 favorites to win the NBA title. Here we go, my bad. had this thing all out of order. Excuse me for that. But yeah, how do you guys feel about it? Is it over? How do you guys feel about it? Has anything changed? Or did you expect, man, this is the game the Celtics are going to win? But we've heard the stat that Steve Kerr-led Golden State Warrior teams have won at least one road game in playoff series in consecutive, I believe it's 22 consecutive series. So are you believing that it's about to go back 2-2? Is it going to be tied up? Is that where we're at right now? Or is Boston just going to punch him in the mouth? If it goes 3-1, whew. How bad? And I know obviously it's not bad. Curry stayed in for after the ankle. But today, you know, it woke up sore. You know that ankle is sore as hell. What does Curry have to be? When somebody says, man, he has to be 100% in this series. Man, Curry's got to be like 125%. Let's be serious. In this here series for the Warriors to win by the look of things. I think I'm betting Golden State third quarter from here on out. They always win the third quarter. Yeah, they're over plus 40 points. I believe it's 42 or 44 points in the third quarter in this series. Every other quarter outside the third, they're negative 50s. Mid-50s. So it tells you a game of two tells. It's a story of two storylines, let's call it. One that Curry's still doing his thing in segments. Now you got Klay bounce back. He did somewhat his thing. Maybe it's not the Klay of old, but it was something. Is that enough? I hate to be saying it like that. Is that enough? Now that I look at it, when you watch these two teams, you ask yourself, is that enough? Because Draymond is giving you absolutely nothing. Draymond's giving you a damn headache. Draymond's more of a problem than a solution. What up, Chris Reyes? Speaking of Chris Reyes, Chris Reyes got the Warriors in that contest we had. You remember, for the Versace glasses. Alex Villanueva, Celtics. Shout out to Alex. What up, Button Weed? Appreciate you checking out the show as you always do. Talking a little bit of Boston, a little bit of Warriors, Golden State. Is it over? Have you seen enough? Are you even watching? That's another question. A lot of people don't seem like they care about this NBA Finals for whatever reason. It's a fantastic, matchup. You saw the Warriors come back and take this lead slightly. Timeout. Boston comes out. After that timeout, they took out Curry and Klay. It's like every time Curry's off the court, they're in big trouble. When Curry's off the court, the Boston Celtics can play a different type of defense. They don't have to cheat over there. They don't have to go up to the midcourt just to start playing defense there so Curry doesn't pull up. When Curry's not in, it's an entire different offense, the way it moves. You got Jordan Poole out there running with his head down, just running circles. You saw him yesterday. He's just running circles. You got Draymond out there setting picks like he's a damn football player again. We're going to get into a lot of this. There's so much to get to about this here game. But from what I saw, man, and I hate it because I thought the Warriors were going to win this. So I was wrong on that. So far, I'm not going to count my ticket out, but the Celtics look like, and this is without Tatum playing at his best. What happens when Jason Tatum plays at his best? The numbers will tell you, man, he's putting up numbers. Yeah, but if you're watching that game, you're watching this series, he's not at his best right now. It's Jaylen Brown that's carrying that team. Jaylen Brown set the mood for yesterday's game. Jaylen Brown came out yesterday, and he wasn't waiting for anyone. He was going to create his own shot. He was going to do his own thing. That shoulder for Tatum, that was early. That was early in the game. You saw it, too. He just went down like this. I'll pick up the glasses in Vegas. All right, come on out. If I am in Vegas, though, I'll have him here. I'll have my obviously, I'm going to be in Vegas, so I'll have my wife ship him to you. No worries about that. I watched the NBA last night. Thank God there's hockey tonight. How you guys feeling on that? We got some Rangers money in here. Do we got some under money coming in? Now, I hate to take things off the court when the game to be settled, and the game that I gamble on it happens within what happens on the court, right? Within those quarters, within that game. But then sometimes you wonder if outside, let's call disturbances, play into what ultimately goes inside the team. And when I talk about that, we've seen Draymond on the cover of so much lately. Just he's arguing with old Celtics players, talking about you remember yesterday we spoke about, or we played the video where he talks about he mentions that the 80s, 90s players were getting bullied, that it wouldn't be him, and that those guys wouldn't be able to shoot. Like, this is an off-season conversation that Draymond's having, isn't it? Do you want Draymond, if he's on your team and if you're Steve Kerr, do you want Draymond out there arguing on social media during the NBA playoffs? Like, what are we doing here? This man threw up a box score of 2, 4, and 3. He went 2, 4, 3 yesterday. Draymond Green. After game one, he's so arrogant too. After game one, he came out and said, "Yeah, if that's my worst game, if I throw up that, I'm not gonna have a worst game, so we're gonna be all right." Draymond? 0 for 2 on three-pointers, shooting about 22% now from the three-point range. 2 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. 2, 4, 3. What? This is the guy? This is the guy running his mouth? This here guy right here is running his mouth. Like, what is going on? He has nothing else to do. Then after the game, now the media's caught on. Let me get to this. The media's caught on because, if you recall, he also has that podcast, which he's also been doing the podcast from the hotel rooms during these playoffs. Another thing that many are saying, why is a distraction? It's a disturbance. You're disturbing your team. You're adding fuel to the fire. What up, Dre? Check this out. You tell me what you think.
I found listening to your podcast recaps the last couple of games pretty interesting. Are you conscious at all of what you're saying about the X's and O's, the game plans, the adjustments could be making their way back to Boston staffers and influencing their decision-making at all?
What he's referring to, the media member asked him, because on his podcast, he talked about, after game one, he talked about the defensive changes they maybe needed to make, that they needed to maybe get up on White some more, that they needed to stop Al Horford. This media member comes off and says, do you think maybe that other coaches or somebody might be watching this, trying to see what you're trying to tell them? Like, you're just because it's your podcast, you're just going to tell the game plan?
No. I don't say much different on the podcast than I say to you right here. So, nah. What's the X's and O's that I said on the podcast? You all right?
Yeah, actually, the only real thing I noticed that really stood out, you talked about how to cover White, Smart, and Horford differently between games 1 and 2. That was really only.
Oh, yeah, that was just contesting shots. If that's X's and O's, then you reaching for something. It's all good, though. Keep going.
Arrogant.
Reaching heavy. The only thing, you find that they are taking X's and O's away from your podcast. Well, the only thing you said is White, Smart, and Horford.
I'm not trying to blow it up.
Nah, I mean, you went for it, but
Yeah.
hey, respect. Appreciate the podcast promo you just gave me,
got
though.
it, man.
The Draymond Green show. You next time, just mention it that way.
You got it.
All right.
You see, he's still going about it in an arrogant fashion. I don't know, man. Draymond's starting to be on my just bad side. Like he irritates me is what he's doing. It's just irritating to watch this. And yeah, I give it to him. Maybe the media members shouldn't have asked that. Who knows? Who cares? You put yourself behind a podcast and you want to tell everything to everyone. Every game, after a post game, you have your own. So what happened after that? Draymond leaves that presser and goes to his hotel room, and you guessed it, he does his podcast.
This helps. I had a reporter ask me tonight, like, the reporter said, he said, do you think, do you worry that you're giving away X's and O's on your podcast when you're doing a podcast? That opposing coaches are watching you and they're taking the X's and O's that you're talking about and they're using them. I asked him, I said, no, not at all. But what X's and O's conversation did you take away from the podcast? He said, well, the only X and O conversation that I took away from the podcast was that you were referencing that when you were talking about how you need to stop Marcus Smart, Al
Boy,
Horford,
irritates
and Derek
me.
White after game one. He said, that's the only X's and O's I took from the podcast. I said, oh, so you're just searching for something. You're of the masses that Draymond should
Look
be
at it.
doing a podcast
During the NBA Finals. Yeah, you shouldn't be. Listen how arrogant this is.
Saying we need to stop Derek White, Al Horford, and Marcus Smart is not really X and O's. Unless that is as high as your IQ level reaches in the game of basketball. And if that is as high as your IQ level reaches,
This is a man that just
totally
went for
understand
2
that
points,
That is X's and O's.
4 rebounds, and 3 assists.
Nonetheless,
This guy talking
whole
like this.
narrative of, Draymond's focused on podcasting and blah, blah, blah. Listen, y'all gonna get this podcast. Like I told y'all, at the
What?
beginning of these playoffs, this podcast ain't going nowhere. I'm going to leave the arena. I'm going to return to this hotel room.
With your 2
I'm
points,
going to return to my home when we're back in San Francisco.
my 4
and I'm
rebounds,
going to film this podcast.
with my 3
It
assists.
would then be uploaded by Jackson. It would be edited by Jackson and uploaded by Jackson. And then you will turn this podcast on and you will listen.
What?
And that's just that. You're going to get this podcast.
Nah, man. We just how many Draymond fans do we have in the building? Any Draymond fans out there to defend this guy? The guy that's talking like this just left the presser argue. This is after the NBA Finals game that you just lost on the road, that you only put up 2 points in. And we're talking about podcast? Isaiah Thomas was on the postgame on NBA TV, and he was going off. He kept saying it. He's like, he just kept referencing, how can you be focused on an NBA Finals and you're over here doing podcast postgame? Draymond comes back on this same podcast I listened to more, and he says, what do y'all want me to do? Like, you want me to just go to my hotel room and sit there? You want me to watch tape? I listened to those questions, and I thought to myself, is it stupid of me to say yes? Yeah, I just want you to sit in your hotel room and, yeah, watch some tape. Do something. You just scored 2 points. Man, do something. Other than, now you're throwing, you think you're not pissing off the Celtics? You're throwing fuel on the fire. They asked Grant Williams after the game yesterday. He was on the NBA TV, and Kenny Smith was poking at him, trying to get it out of him. He goes, what's going on with you and this Draymond thing? How do y'all deal with Dre? He comes back and he says this. I told the team to let me handle him. Just back up because he could get to them. He says, but I want to handle him. I told them I got him. They're not, those antics aren't working. The only thing that's going to work here is putting that ball through the hoop and playing some defense so they don't throw the ball through the hoop at will like the Celtics were doing. If not, it's done. It's cooked, baked. To me, man, I'm done with him. I'm done with him. I'm done with the Celtics, with the Warriors defending Draymond. Now, something else that came out from the game, and look, this is the Draymond that we're defending. Look at what kind of defense is this? Or what kind of rebounding? Look, he's throwing his hands around the neck. Like, let's not forget he also fouled out last night. Draymond, the podcaster. What is that? What move was that? He's trying his hardest to try and bait the Celtics. He does unnecessary shit. You're right, Jimenez. That's exactly what's going on. It's time for... He's hurting that team more than he's helping them. It comes to a point. Now, another thing that we're going to get to here. What's going on with... First off, in the first few series, we saw the Memphis, where we got this from.
Get 'em, whoop that trick. Get 'em, whoop that trick.
You remember there was the Memphis fans doing the whoop that trick. Draymond was out there dancing, threw up some birds at one point. Okay. Yesterday, the Boston faithful was singing this. Fuck Draymond. Excuse my language. Okay, F you Draymond, right? Is this so out of hand? Is this so crazy that, for example, his girlfriend comes out and says, tough loss tonight, but in no way, shape, or form should fans be allowed to chat obscenities at players. Are they not human? Is someone standing at your job saying off-the-wall things to you? The NBA has the audacity to have a whole code of conduct card at every seat about fans and their behavior and how they should be ejected from a game or banned, but a whole crowd or section, numerous people get to chant F you Draymond, and then she tags Draymond, or call him a bitch or MF and nothing? Like that's okay? Really? After all the stuff that Draymond, like all the antics that Draymond does, and you're going to come out and do this number? Like this is, it's making me look at the Warriors like they're butthurt. That's exactly what's going on right now. They're having trouble with it. And they're over here, they're trying to pull every move. You got Draymond doing this. You got Kerr. You got even Clay. Clay got in on this. Listen to Clay talking about the fans.
We played in front of rude people before, dropping F-bombs with children in the crowd. Real classy. Good job, Boston.
What? Clay, man, y'all don't start this, the Warriors, because we've always looked at the Warriors with, even though you hate them, you still respect them, right? They built it the right way. Even before Durant, they were able to do it. Durant came over there, and it was like they didn't even need him. So you at least respected him. Even if you don't like him, you give him respect. But whenever they don't need to go out like this. They know that it's coming to an end, this little era where they were just unbeatable damn near. They fell off the last few years. Here's their run. They weren't expecting this. Clay, are you serious? Because there's Twitter investigations prime detectives on this here Twitter world. And you know they were going to find something. Do you remember, he says classy Celtics fans, do you remember this?
People's feelings get hurt even if they're called a bad word.
Listen to this lady. She said that to him. Hey, LeBron, how does it feel to be a... You heard it. Let me not just start cussing on this show just for fun, just because these people are. But you heard it. During that series, whenever all that came out and LeBron was pissed and all, look how Klay answered that day.
People's feelings get hurt even if they're called a bad word. I guess his feelings just got hurt.
Oh, not you, Klay. Not you, Klay. Oh, contradicting ass fool. But now, since they're getting their butts whooped, and Draymond ain't worth a damn, and Klay's shots barely falling. Now let's change the rules, right? Man, get out of here. That's it makes me lose a little respect. It's like, don't go out on your shield. Go out like the Warriors that were out there busting everybody's heads open, right? The ones that were Curry's doing this number and Klay's doing his thing and Draymond's flexing to the. Let's see those. Go out on your shield of who you are, but don't go out like this. Now, I mean, you see it. The proof is right here. That is exactly something that happened, and you remember that series when that lady said that. What happened? LeBron came out. They had just lost the Cavs, so LeBron was butthurt as well. LeBron comes out and he says something about that. They ask Klay about it, and he's just like, man, people just, we're used to, let's say, oh, now all of a sudden, now they say F you, Draymond. And that's, you see what I'm saying? Makes the Warriors look a little bad. Draymond flexing, Curry shimmy. You know, what happened to that? What happened to that? When the ball's going in and they have a 2-0 lead and they're out there sweeping teams, beating teams, 4-1 in a series, all is well. But when it's not and they're struggling, and every single game, even in the second game, yeah, they blew it open, but at the beginning it started off like, okay, here go the Celtics again. They came out real quick with a little lead, and then all of a sudden, all right, let's get them back in it. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. I'm not sure if they could come back. If they lose Friday, what happens to the Warriors? 3-1, are they cooked? There's no way they're coming back? What, are they going to be the second team ever in the finals? What do you guys think? 281-522-6336. Let's get to halftime. Let's try to pull up some of these marbles. So you degenerates like myself can play some bets. Let's get these marbles started here. Give me a second. Because we got to have racing music. All right, let's do this. And the side bets are flowing. Exclamation point play, everyone. Get on in. Exclamation point play. Get on in, right on in. Danny Trollman, I saw the follow earlier. I appreciate that. Give it about 15 seconds. What up? You suck too. Good luck to everyone. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what we got here. This is that one that looks like you're going down the gutters. And Pelly's out to the lead. Go, Pelly, go! The Chapo. Thanks for kicking it with us, Chapo. Pelly, I should have known you were going to be in those greens. Stay out my greens, Pelly. Goodness, what a race. I don't think we've ever done this track. I don't know what the hell's going on. Peace out, whoever that was. See you later. People are going backwards, frontwards. Some don't even know the way to go. You see this? Look, the camera doesn't even know who's in first. It keeps just flipping around. And out of nowhere, Joe Hernandez has taken the lead, folks. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if it's legal. We don't know if he's legal. But on this here show, we ain't gonna judge. And JG made it through. He's almost to the end, folks. The finish line's right ahead. JG with Donna a little bit behind. Can Donna catch him?
Game over. JG wins.
I'll be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. Please share it on your social medias. If you don't like to see no commercials, hit subscribe. If you don't want to hit subscribe, go to your Amazon. Everyone has Amazon. You can subscribe through there, through your Prime membership. I'll be right back. This is Jerry Poate.
Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to the. Welcome to the jungle. Welcome to.
Welcome back. Oh, man, I see somebody better pay, they're saying. I see some outstanding debts being charged up in here. Dr. Dre, the repo man of our takes. Welcome back to the show, 281-522-6336. Few things we're going to get into here. A little bit of ruckus in every form. We touched on, obviously, the finals. How could we not? But also, there's a little bit of, I'm not even going to go the Watson route. We already spent, I think I spent way too much on Watson yesterday. I was going to do what were they thinking on Watson? Then I said, man, if I could take days talking about freaking Watson. So I left that out of what were they thinking, because every day that transpires, now we're going to hear more stuff about Watson. So we're just going to play by, we're going to do a little recap of all the happenings, even if you're not a golf enthusiast, all the happenings with this live, have you guys caught the new golf drama? There's drama in the golf world right now. The live golfers, man, to be honest with you, I had no clue that Dustin Johnson and some big names like that were going to be included into this new, I guess, golf tour. Whatever you want to call it money. That's what we're going to call it. But there's been beef going down. Yesterday they had a press conference for the new golf association with all these guys are going to get, that it's Saudi backed. So they say the money is pretty much endless. You got people like Phil Mickelson pocketing $200 million. Bryson DeChambeau also surplus of $100 million. His number just said 100 plus. Like, how much is Bryson getting? Phil's ass is getting 200. How much of that is Phil gonna gamble? What do you guys think about this? Does it interest you? Today was the first official event, and PGA waited. You know, PGA, they couldn't sleep. The board, they could not go to sleep waiting for this event to kick off today, because as soon as it did, the PGA Tour dropped what they're calling as punishment. PGA comes out and says, we have followed the tournament regulations from start to finish in responding to those players who've decided to turn their backs on the PGA Tour by willingly or willfully violating a regulation. They're pissed. Simultaneously, you receiving this memo, the players are being notified that they are suspended or otherwise no longer eligible to participate in PGA tournament play, including the President's Cup. Including the President's Cup. That's what was that question. So what's happening now? These golfers can go and get paid buku money at this other, with this other association league, right? With these guys. So why would you not? Why would someone like Phil Mickelson, that I was looking, I think they only got like 3 top 20 golfers in this new league. Don't get me wrong, they're coming. But as of right now, the purses are almost twice as much. I saw minimum money, it was something like 120 grand if you get last place in any of these events. If you come in absolutely last, you're still getting a check for showing up. In the PGA, it don't work like that. You're not getting 100-something thousand plus just for showing up. That's just crazy. Golf tournament through, Thursday through Saturday passed. Yeah, I saw that as well. So there won't be no Sunday. It's different. They are blocked from the Champions Tour in the future, and they are blocking Korn Ferry guys as well. The reason that this is such a big deal is, okay, think of it, let's relate it to another sport. Because you're thinking, dude, I don't give a damn about golf. Okay, let's just, even if you're not like a mixed martial arts person, a UFC fan, whatever the case is. We've heard a lot lately about all these fighter pay controversies and people coming at Dana White and trying to lead the promotion. We've heard about all that, right? As of late, we've heard more and more about it, especially when the Pauls brothers started putting the light on how bad UFC does their fighters. We've heard about it. So what happens when another league, right now, Bellator and them, they don't have that kind of money. But does this give an example to leagues that say, man, all we got to do is treat these people better, and we could take the top talent. We can get the Dustin Johnsons of the world. I mean, Dustin Johnson, he's still one of the best. On his best day, he'll beat anybody on their best day right now. Let's be real. When he's on his game, even if you're on your game, he's going to beat you. It's just, he has so much off the course stuff, you could say. Starting with a hottie wife. Shout out to the Gretzkys. You see what I'm saying, though? It's just crazy to me to think, hold up. So now all of a sudden you're just going to start pulling these players? Justin Thomas comes out and says, man, he was trying to be cordial about the situation. He says, a lot of those guys are friends. Does this mean I'm not going to talk to one of them? I'm not going to talk to Bryson, or I forget which one he pointed in specifically. He said, does that mean I'm not going to talk to him when I see him? No. Do I wish that they wouldn't have done this? Yeah. Rory came out. Rory McIlroy comes out, and he's still PGA, so he's saying no decision you ever make in life, and it kind of rung. Does this make sense to you guys? He says no decision you ever make in life that's based solely on money ends up good. If you make a decision ever just because it's solely on money, nothing else to it. And that's what he said. That's how Rory left his presser. He said, yeah, if you make decisions solely on money, it never ends well. That's all Rory had to say. What is Pookie in here? Back to the road sucks. All right, back to the road, Pookie. Much love. Hopefully you keep me on the headphones. Drive safe. Let's get going through this. What were they thinking? What are they thinking? What are these golfers thinking? They're only thinking about money. You know who else is thinking about money? Cooper Kupp, Aaron Donald, the Rams. Cooper Kupp, deservedly so. When you think of guys that you're like, man, he deserves to get paid. Is there anybody else that's going to be higher on that list than Cooper Kupp? No. The deal's worth $110 million over the next 5 seasons, making Kupp one of the highest paid wide receivers in the league, like he should be. The Rams are committed. Not only that, but just a week before, they made Aaron Donald the highest paid non-QB player in the NFL. Grab him, Cooper. You're locked up for quite a time. I don't think people realize how big Cooper Kupp's season was last season. This is something that'll give you a unit of measure. His season was the greatest season ever for a wide receiver, and that season that he beat was Jerry Rice. It's in fantasy points and everything. So if you translated his numbers from last year, no wide receiver has done what he does. You have to go all the way back to Jerry Rice. I mean, or the Rams automatically should be favorites. Let's not forget that they picked up Allen Robinson as well. Like Matt Stafford needed any other weapons. True, they're going to have to fill that Odell Beckham void. But dang, the Rams locking up, paying their players, doing right by their players. Rory's class, yeah. Rams, Jefecito, I should have known. I forgot. I have one Rams fan here. One Rams fan. And he goes by Jefecito. Come on down. How are they paying all these peeps? Good question. You remember, though, that they've been trying to go all in at everyone since they brought the Ramsey experience. Then they bought Sue over. They've always tried to go all in little moments. Then they got shut down in that Super Bowl. You thought, is this it? But then you thought, man, as soon as they get rid of Goff, could Matt Stafford have got any luckier than to be in that, or vice versa? Could the Rams have got any luckier getting a quarterback that maybe some didn't give enough respect from, and Matt Stafford, because of the results of the games? But if you look at Matt Stafford overall, has he been a good quarterback, decent enough, good enough to, if you give him weapons and a good coach, and he's not down by 2 touchdowns every game, can he be a good quarterback and win games? He's got the Super Bowl. The rest is history. The rest is for the birds. Stafford is still relatively cheap, yeah, and when you got a cheap quarterback is when you can build around him. That's just, for a quarterback like Stafford, on we go to the halo, not the game for all my game heads, but a halo board, whatever the hell that is. A halo board will create one of the most intense live experiences in sports. What you see here is the future. The Clippers are going to have this board. You see this craziness? 281-522-6336. This is wild. We're used to seeing the Jumbotron. For all my Dallas fans, you remember the big ordeal whenever the new stadium, it was like, man, you got to go. And you still, whenever you go to that stadium, you catch yourself sometimes watching it. It's so big. You just catch yourself watching the game on that instead of you're like, man, what am I doing? I need to look at the field. Right? And that seems like, man, that was another lifetime ago. Now everyone's upping each other. It seems like every offseason in one of these sports, someone tries to one-up each other. How you gonna one-up this one? Look at this. Now it's going to be interactive. They're saying that there might be even new ways to connect. Like, I don't even know. The way that you're going to be able to use your phone to it and just different things that you can do throughout the game. You see these. This guy heat maps everywhere. This is the future. Are you about that life? Are you about this life? Roof specifically engineered for the giant halo. Optimal sightlines from all seats, prioritizing the upper bowl. It's the largest double-side arena halo ever. Look at this number. 38,375 square feet. That's almost an acre. That's over 3,500 60-inch TVs combined. What's next? And it's double-sided. You're saying, hold up. What's going on here? Well, yeah, don't worry. The other side can see it because this bad boy is double-sided. Pretty crazy. That's where we're headed to, guys. I'm all for it. I'm all for the technology. Trophy. Oh, Lord. Let's get to some funnies here. The things I run across. Before I even click it, you can just see right here where we're getting to. The title of this here episode that I ran across that I had to talk to somebody about it. I just couldn't hold it in anymore. If I don't get this off my chest, I'm going to go crazy. Like, what the hell is going on? Ladies. This here is what you call a trophy husband.
The current sleeping arrangements at home is that we all share one bed. Morning.
Look at the big ass, look at the Kool-Aid smile on this fool. My man's got not one wife, but 2 of them. He's laid in bed, just Kool-Aid smile, just living life. One on here, one to the side.
Just getting up here. Part of that is because of space. I mean, we have the smallest house ever right now. We had to work it out the way we worked out, and it ended up working out in a way that we prefer.
Not one of us spends a night without Nick because of...
Look where, oh man, when I pause it, look where her arm is, and then look at this one. She's holding on to this side like, no, this is my turkey. I share. She's thinking the same thing. Like, nah, sister, he's mine. What the hell is going on here? A trophy husband. Cece, you need a trophy husband in your life like this one? I can find you one.
It's very special to be able to, sleep next to the one you love, for sure.
I like to be snuggled up in the middle.
I bet you do.
It's a nice spot for me.
It's a nice spot for it.
Buns out here in like a minute.
Oh yeah.
Are they
Warming up.
in the oven? Our schedule for sex is
Listen to
whenever
this.
They feel like it or whenever they feel like it. No,
Our schedule for sex is that there is no schedule for sex.
Freak. Our schedule for sex is that there is no schedule for sex. Freak a league.
try to make sure everybody's taken care of.
You make sure we're all.
Look at the smile. He looks at both of them. I try to make sure everyone's taken care of, then looks at the camera just. Look at that smile. That's the smile of a trophy husband. Trophy husband, what was the competition to win it? He won this. He didn't even have to win nothing. He's a trophy husband, one that you have to put up on a mantle, one that you have to cherish. Right? One that you always, that means something to you. I don't need one. Queen Bee don't want one of these. I don't want one either. So the two twos is 3 methods. Watch this. Look at it.
There's never a time
There's not a problem.
Sex ain't a problem around this household.
With regard to intimacy, we always make sure that we're in a separate area of the house when Nick's doing his thing, having one-on-one time with one of the ladies.
Wait a minute here. You hear this wording? We try to basically not be on the same side of the house when he's doing his thing. He laughs. Yeah. When he's doing his thing, the other spouse, wife, sorry, the other wife gives him the respect and says, "Do your thing. I'll get him when he comes out of there." This gets worse. What makes him a trophy husband, Tony the Handsome? You're about to see.
Make sure that they have that time to themselves.
We got parent-teacher conference next week.
Stay for a little bit.
I am a stay-at-home dad. In our household, the women are the breadwinners. That's the way we run things here. That's the way we like it to be structured.
Hold up. So he's sitting out here with both of them. He's got 2 wives, and he ain't working. He says that they work. What? What's going on here? He's got 2 wives.
Nick is a trophy husband, if you will. We prefer it that way, honestly. Like, I would go crazy if I was at the house all the time, and I pride myself on being a breadwinner, and Jenny's right there with me. I am a manager at an organization company. Jen is management in an IT company. Jen and I make more than enough money by ourselves.
Look how happy he is.
We don't need that. We don't want that.
Let me just say this right quick. If you look at a chessboard, the king doesn't really move much because he just moves a square at a time.
What? This man said, if you look at the chessboard, the king doesn't even move much. Are you? What happened? Like, how did he convince these 2 to live this? 2 wives? He's working more than me. Yeah. He ain't got 10 minutes. He ain't got no damn shame. B. Hannon, this guy's my hero. Which Queen Bee says, aim higher. You see him. He just said, I'm a stay-at-home dad. I'm not tripping one bit. He refers to himself as a king on a chessboard.
While the queen, she's all over the board, okay? The queen's got all the power. The king just kind of holds court.
Nah. I can't even say anything to that. Like, how can you even be serious? Look, whenever I looked at this, the first thing that caught my eye, I said, hold on, what is going on here? Let's investigate. Jerry Bow goes in to investigate. And you see, I can't handle 1 wife, much less 2. They don't have a bigger house. Food edition. Everybody's favorite beer, not. In honor of National Best Friends Day, we want to make some new ones. If this tweet gets 5,000 likes, we'll follow some natty followers because of a friend of Natural Light is a friend of ours. It all started as a tweet. You know how social media works. Natty Light tweets back. It's like a friendship made in heaven. Next thing you know, the BFF pack. The BFF pack coming to a grocery store near you consists of 15 Natty Lights, 15 Bush Lights, AKA the Beast. If you know about Bush, the Beast. If Bitter Beer Face had a picture. Excuse me if we have any Natty Light Bush Light fans in the house. I didn't mean it. But the BFF pack, 30 pack. What up, Aggie Milkman? You gonna be all right. You had some tests today? I'm sending prayers your way. You gonna be all right, my guy. What you miss? Just a bunch of ruckus. Dre got 15 out of 15 in trivia. You missed that? You missed a $150 marble race? And somebody got pregnant. You missed a lot, actually, now that you mention it. I didn't want to be the one to break the bad news, but yeah, you missed everything. Pregnancy, fights, BFF packs. One thing you didn't miss here, Wendy's. Frosty fans, stand up. Wendy's is dropping the strawberry Frosty. I thought to myself, didn't this already exist? But then I always thought about it. Nah, when you go get the Frosty, you don't ever get the strawberry. How's this not been around since medieval times? The strawberry Frosty should have been on Columbus's ship. Damn it. The Santa Maria, you know. That's the only thing I remember from school. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. I remember that damn Columbus shit. Just to find out he was an asshole whenever I grew up. I'm like, damn, he was an asshole like that? Either way. Any fans of the Frosty? Any fans of the strawberry Frosty? Well, anybody? This sounds delicious. True that, right, Virginia Buttonweed? I don't know about the strawberry salad that they're bringing back. They made the big deal like, yeah, we're also bringing back the strawberry salad. You're like, no. I'm not worried about the sister. I'm worried about her. I need that strawberry Frosty. There you have it. Are you fans of the Frosty? Do we have any Taco Bell fans?
Taco Bell just opened.
Coming soon to a Taco Bell near you. I always tell you, welcome to machines. This is the future.
Opened up a new restaurant in Minnesota, and it's unlike any other. It's called Taco Bell Defy, and it's all about speed and efficiency.
Taco Bell Defy.
Stories and has 4 drive-through lanes, but the coolest thing about it, in my opinion, is the vertical lift. Unofficially,
this is me eating nachos.
The food tube.
No tomatoes.
You can walk in and order on the kiosk. You can order at the drive-through old school style.
Beef Mexi Melt.
Now at Defy, you can also order on the app and just scan your QR code when you pull up. This place is gorgeous. It's innovative, but most importantly, it's open tomorrow. So if you're in the Minneapolis area, go check it out.
This is where we are. This is where we're going. We're going to run our taco. We're going to run. You're going to put my Nacho Supreme through that bank system? You see this? Taco Bell Defy. What's going on here? Looks like a bank. It's exactly what it functions like a bank. Really? Are you guys a fan of the Taco Bell? And this is going to, I always think the best Taco Bell is the one in Vegas. Whenever you go in there and they got all the frozen liquor. Like, what the hell? There's liquor in Taco Bell? Everyone knows when you get to Vegas, when you first see that Taco Bell, you think, hold on, what is that? You look on the wall and it's a bunch of those machines with the frozen drinks, from hurricanes to mini racers, Bahama Mama Mamas, and all that kind of stuff. This is just next level. You pull up, it's like a damn bank. You could prepay on the app. When you pull up, ain't nothing to it. You just scan it. Here it comes. Last but not least, we're going to end it on this. Mike Tyson was on a podcast. They were asking him different things about jail whenever he was incarcerated. We've heard that Tupac went to visit him. We've heard of big names that Muhammad Ali, I mean, there was big names that went to visit Mike Tyson when he was in prison. So check out some of this, and this story's pretty funny.
They respected him. As soon as he came in the room, they started applauding.
Wow.
Yeah. You know, when I was locked up, I had such a onslaught of visitors. I had everybody. B.B. King, Whitney.
B.B. King?
Yeah, James Brown, Whitney Houston, Bobby. Yes, everybody came. Florence Henderson. Yes, I can't even name them all. There's just so many people came to visit me when I was away.
Let's just keep it real. Tyson, was you having sex in jail?
Yes, I was.
You was?
Yes.
Conjugal visits? COs?
No, teacher.
Teachers?
Teacher
visits? That's a thing?
No, I had to go to school to get my GED.
Oh, the teacher. Let's make some noise for education.
Tyson was having sex with his teacher in prison, the GED teacher. He had to get his GED while incarcerated. We've heard stories of how he was having sex with the hotel maids right before the big fight. We've heard some stories. I mean, Tyson, he's got a lengthy resume, let's say. But this is just funny. How did that go about? They put, sorry, here, she's in charge. That's her job to get Mike Tyson his GED while in prison. How the hell did he convince her all of a sudden? He didn't get out of prison to go to do this. So this was within prison walls, right? What was it? A shut the door type of thing, and what Mike says and happens right there stays in that room. Like what? Then he goes on to say,
I don't know education. I failed the GED twice. That might make me double dumb.
it's hard to understand in there, but he says, I ended up failing the GED twice. That might make me double dumb. Or was he failing on twice? Or did he fail it twice on purpose so he could get some more? So he could try to keep just hitting up the GED teacher. It's Mike Tyson. Like, how do you tell Mike Tyson no back then? If you're like, it was Mike Tyson. How the hell did he get in on this? Like, how did he convince that lady all of a sudden, hey, I need to have sex back here. We're not going to get caught. No. Behind prison walls? This is what was going on with Tyson? My goodness. Thought it was interesting. And I hope you found the show interesting. I hope you found it amusing, entertaining. Hope you found it close to your heart, because that's what I try to do. Try to get on here and entertain you guys. And if not, I'm just going to make a fool out of myself. Who gives a damn? I'm from the school of who gives a damn. This was Odd Takes on a Thursday. I don't want to say a thirsty Thursday, but go out there and drink you one. Start your weekend early. Cece does. No. Who said that? I'll quit doing that, talking about my girl Cece. I don't know who said that, Cece. I got you. But it's time to start the weekend early if you can. If not, you got one day left in this week. And unfortunately, I think tomorrow might be the last show before I leave to Vegas, because I need the entire week. I need to be in Zen, and I got a lot of things to do before I get out of here. So tomorrow might be the last show before I leave to Vegas. So I won't see you guys for at least a week, because I won't be on that next Monday. That's when I'll be playing. And I just thought about it. If tomorrow's my last day for a while, we might have to go a little bit longer. We might have to go a little bit stronger. I love you guys so much. Don't ever forget that. I am Jerry Bow, and I love the hell out of you. Don't you ever change, because I won't. Peace.